When someone speaks in a different language, many of us instinctively translate their words into our mother tongue to understand. Starting today, stop doing that. When you listen to English, focus on understanding the language directly, without translating it into your native language. Can you commit to trying this? Listening is essential. However, most of the time, we listen only to grasp the meaning, not the language itself. For example, while you're hearing me right now, you're focused on the points I'm making, how English is important and how to improve your listening skills. But if your goal is to enhance your English, understanding the meaning alone is not enough. To truly improve, you need to focus on the language, the words, the sentence structure, and the rhythm. When you listen for the first time, your brain naturally prioritizes meaning. But to internalize the language, you need repetition. Listen to the same passage multiple times, again and again, until it becomes embedded in your memory. You don't need a variety of speeches. Choose one and stick with it. There are countless speeches and resources available. Select those in English and listen repeatedly. We all have an incredible tool, our brain. Think of it as a head-top computer. Unlike a desktop or a laptop, this computer is free and its storage capacity is limitless. Start creating mental files for English. For example, create a file named English Listening. Each day, listen to English and store it in this mental file through repetition. Today's technology makes this process even easier. 10 years ago, we didn't have access to the tools we do now. Use your smartphone to record quality English content and then listen to it multiple times, 10 times or more if needed. For example, in my class, students often record lectures. Later, they replay the recordings repeatedly before exams. This habit not only helps them understand better but also enhances their language skills. If you enjoy recording songs, start with English songs. Learning through rhythm and melody can be extremely effective. Many people memorize hundreds of songs in languages they don't even speak fluently. This is called learning through imitation. Imitation means doing what others do. For instance, if a street vendor calls out while selling bananas, a small child might mimic their tone and words. This is how children learn to speak, and it's how you can learn English too. To summarize, here are 2 essential points about listening. Listen to good, accurate English. Listen to the same passage repeatedly until it becomes second nature. Make this a daily practice. It might be challenging, but consistency is key. For example, if you're inspired by Swami Vivekananda, visit Ramakrishna Math and explore CDs or recordings of his speeches. Use these resources to immerse yourself in English. You can purchase a single CD for as little as 20 or 40 rupees, and that will be enough material for 6 months. You don't need to buy anything else. Just 1 hour of content, broken down into 5-minute segments, is all it takes. Listen to a 5-minute section daily, but repeat it 10 or even 20 times until that excellent English becomes a permanent part of your memory. Language is learned through imitation. When you listen, focus not only on understanding the meaning, but also on absorbing the language itself. Combine this with consistent repetition. If you commit to these 2 practices, listening for language and repeated listening, you'll build a strong foundation in English. Why do so many struggle to speak English fluently? The reason is simple. Many students never practice English. They focus on their native language instead. For instance, students who speak beautiful Telugu have spent years perfecting it because they practice it. Similarly, to master English, it's not ideas or meaning you need. It's the language itself. Listening helps you acquire this language. Another benefit of listening is improving accuracy. Today, we often hear English that sounds stylish or accented but contains mistakes. For instance, during my weekly interviews at colleges, I encounter candidates with impressive academic records, sometimes scoring over 70%, but who struggle to speak grammatically correct English. While their style might seem polished, errors are still present. Listening to correct English repeatedly will help you internalize proper grammar and eliminate mistakes. Start your day with English practice. Just as you have a morning routine for bathing or prayer, make listening to English a part of your daily schedule. Think of this practice as your Vishnu Sahasranam, where the speech you listen to becomes your mantra for improvement. As Krishna said, whatever you do, do it efficiently. If you're here to improve your English, commit wholeheartedly. Don't let these lessons be forgotten once you leave. Dedicate 1 hour each day to listening to quality English content, focusing on improvement and repetition. This is the foundation for effective communication, much like a solid base is necessary for constructing a tall building. In addition to listening, reading is another essential foundation. Everyone here knows the English alphabet. There's no one who doesn't know A, B, C, or D, yet many don't actively read in English. For example, how often do you read the posters and signs around you? When English text appears, don't let your eyes gloss over it. Read it. Reading once is not enough. Read repeatedly. For example, have you read any works by Swami Vivekananda? Many students ask for a dictionary to improve their vocabulary, but you don't need one. Reading a beautifully written book like The Life of Swami Vivekananda will naturally expand your vocabulary. This 2-volume work, written by his Eastern and Western disciples, is so well crafted that it can even help you prepare for exams like GRE or GMAT. Those 2 volumes, if you read them, will transform your English skills. But remember, reading doesn't mean reading for an exam. Think about how we typically study for exams. We memorize everything by heart. Indians are recognized worldwide for their intelligence, but there's another label attached to us: laziness. We often know what needs to be done but fail to practice it. When you read a passage or a book, don't just skim through it once. Read it repeatedly. Even if it's just 1 page, read that page 10 times. The first time, focus on understanding the meaning. On subsequent readings, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and so on, pay attention to the language itself. Observe how sentences are constructed and how the language is used. This detailed observation is what will truly improve your English. Avoid simple mistakes in English because they can hinder your success. Commit fully. Either do it well or don't do it at all. Some students say, if English is so hard, we'll just stick to Telugu. But when I ask them about their Telugu skills, many admit they aren't fluent in it either. They neither excel in English nor in Telugu. What do you truly know then? Indians have an incredible linguistic capacity. It is said that the average Indian can master 5 to 6 languages in their lifetime. So, embrace your potential. English is just one more skill to add to your repertoire. Either learn English proficiently or focus on excelling in another language, like Telugu. But remember, whichever language you choose, you must master it. Half-hearted effort won't suffice. This is why listening and reading form the foundation of your English knowledge. Reflect on your past learning experiences. You've listened and read before, but was it consistent? Was it daily? Sporadic effort won't yield results. Make it a habit to engage with English reading and listening every single day.